Be a boost. Here's the team, guys, against Dortmund away, when it was probably the best performance of what was an amazing European season. Alan McGregor, the back four was Tavernier, Goldson, Bassey and Barisic. You had Jack and Lundstrom, Scott Arfield, who might have thought last night, what happened to me? I scored at the weekend. Joe Aribo, Ryan Kent, and up front it was Alfredo Morelos. And last night, as you know, you started with McLaughlin, Tavernier, Goldson, Sands and Barisic, Matondo, Kamara, Lundstrom, Jack and Tillman, and up front Cholak. And I know they're brand new, some of these players as well. You know, and Tillman, we saw what he could do at the weekend, but throwing them in Europe is different, Barry. We could see it last night. Same for Matondo.
Yeah, they did struggle. Look, I'm not going to paper over the cracks here. It was a poor performance. Some players never get into the game, but you just read out both teams there. There's three of the back four that played last year. There's enough experience. Big John's been involved in goals. You've got Lundstrom, who was immense for Rangers, Ryan Jack. And when you play in these games, and I was speaking to Peter about it, normally when you don't play well, you get 3 or 4 that are off the boil. Which surprised me last night, there was 11 of them.
Did anyone get more than 5 or 6 out of 10?
No, they were poor, but listen, it's one of the games where the beauty of football, as I keep saying, there's a game round the corner, and they get away with one. I keep saying it. They'll be flying back last night for Belgium, thinking to ourselves, it's only 2-0, and they're lucky to get away with the 2-0.
See, like some Matondo playing, like say Stephen Davis, I think they've always got to have an effect in these games, especially when you're starting out, whether he starts the game and moves someone a little bit wider, because it's an away game. It doesn't matter who you're playing, there's always a little bit of quality in the opposition. Barry, I'll tell you, no matter what teams you've come up against, they surprise you. You know, there's always players on there you think, blimmin' hell, they're a better team than we thought. You know, and I think you've got to keep yourself in the game. So maybe going with the attacker, somebody who's not been tried at that level as often as you would expect, playing for Rangers with an expectation, such a big game. Say, well, okay, let's keep ourselves in it, let's do ourselves well enough. To do that, you've got to have your best players, and for me, I still think Davis is one of them. You know, could you have moved Kamara that to the left hand side, the right hand side, or whatever, you know, and just said, right, okay, we'll break for it because it's going to be a difficult game anyway, and play the likes of Davis.
Yeah, Barry.
Stephen Davis.
You would always play him.
Yeah, I still think he's got it. I don't care what age he is. He is a guy. He's a proper professional. He looks after himself. He can still play the game, and for me, he could easily still play in that Rangers 11.